Designated Hitters Gaming. Just want to post a short video for you guys here showing off the differences for the 3 viewing modes and MLB The Show 17 if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro. So anyways, for the Pro, this year they went all out and included the HDR mode plus 4K if you have a 4K and HDR enabled TV. So anyways, if you want to activate it when you're in the game, if it doesn't already activate it on its own, you go to Presentation Options, Audio Video. You see HDR mode's already on. I have intensity all the way up. I'm not really sure where you're supposed to put this lever at, but I know in some of the MLB The Show streams that the development team posted, they had it turned all the way up. So that's where it's going to be for now, and so I figured something else out. And anyways, the 3 different visual modes they have, the one I currently play on and really play on most of the time are enhanced visuals. It's a balance between high frame rate mode and 4K mode. And the reason is, in high frame rate mode, you're going to get roughly 60 frames per second, but your video output's going to be at 1080p. So it's going to be like playing on the regular PS4, but with a lot higher frame rate. Then with, like I said, with the enhanced visuals, you have a balance of that, so you're going to get a little bit lower frame rate than the high frame rate, but also better resolution than the high frame rate mode. And then lastly, you have the 4K mode. Now 4K is going to output at the highest possible resolution that the PS4 Pro can put out. It's also going to have the lowest frame rate option out of the 3. And there is a pretty significant difference in the frame rate. You're going to be hitting around 25, maybe 20 frames per second, and you're going to notice a pretty decent difference. So we're going to try it out with 4K mode and see if you guys can notice the difference. You'll definitely be able to feel the difference, so if you try it out. So anyways, now we're in 4K.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Now a pitch swung on and
you might be able to notice there's some choppiness across the screen. I could throw across first right there, the screen got pretty choppy. Everything's extremely detailed. In some instances, you can even see the stitching on the back of the letters or the numbers in the back of the jerseys. The overlays here for MLB Network here are very choppy when they're transitioning in and out.
The guy's got great range, he's got a strong arm, and he can hold his own defensively.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. To short.
And overall, when you're playing, you'll notice that you might not play as well either because it's so choppy at times. Your timing's going to be off when you're hitting. I really struggle hitting in 4K mode, although it looks really nice, especially if you have a nice HDR and 4K TV. Graphically, it looks amazing.
Award for National League pitchers a season ago, and the pitcher's got himself a base hit. And the 2-out success will bring Kyle Schwarber.
So basically, you're going to get the best pitcher, but not a lot of frames per second. Would not be ideal for online play because you're already at a disadvantage with the online lag that's normally there. Then you add in bad frame rate or worse frame rate than what other people might play with, and it's probably not going to work out too well for you.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime.
That's basically how you activate the 4K mode. Go back, you can just switch it, very easy. We're going to go to a high frame rate mode, which is lowest resolution, but highest frame rate. So now you notice that resolution didn't really seem like it took that big of a hit, so to most people this might be the best option, but it really isn't that bad. Still displaying at 1080p, but everything's really smooth, really quick, really responsive.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Here's a high.
Notice it's much easier to hit when you're using the high frame rate mode. Really have nothing to worry about as far as your timing goes, as everything's just running very smoothly.
Here as this is chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2.
Try to put a ball in play here so you can try to notice the differences in fielding.
Now another 1-2. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired.
Keep it on high frame rate mode so we can show off some of the mechanics with it.
Here in Chicago as we welcome you back to this MLB
Anyways, as you watch the pitching delivery and everything else, it's very smooth. As Arrieta's throwing the ball, there's really not a lot of choppiness or a lot of anything else.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul.
Try to get him to hit it in play.
Ready on 1-2. This ball will be chopped foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, one away.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there,
Pretty cool thing is when you do have it on 4K mode, like the bricks behind the umpire here at Wrigley Field look extremely realistic. It seems very minor, but like when you're actually playing the game and you see the bricks, it's just like, wow, it's pretty ridiculous.
He's ready with the 2-2
right now they
pitch.
kind of just look like typical
And
video game bricks, but in 4K mode it's pretty ridiculous how detailed it
The
is.
2-2 one more time. And he struck him out.
Trying my best to throw it right over the middle, and tried to hang a curveball. It didn't really work out. I'm trying to get them to hit it and
It
play.
is the third baseman, Evan Longoria.
That's what happens when I'm on the rookie
Wonderful
mode.
in this one.
Oh.
And here's a ball
Anyways.
hit in the air.
Anyways, very smooth. Not a lot of choppiness at all. You're running back and forth. Don't see the screen tearing, anything like that.
Down.
So that's the best possible gameplay you're going to get. So now we're going to switch it to what I use and what probably most people are going to end up using. It's a nice balance in between it, which is enhanced visuals. So the frame rate's going to drop a little bit, but I think the frame rate for the most part is going to be hitting about 45 frames per second, which really isn't bad.
And the changeup is way low that time.
And you're also going to get a little bit higher resolution than 1080p.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a neck-high fastball that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Yeah, I'm really trying to just put the ball in play.
Ready to take his
I'm trying the last
again.
inning and a half here. Nothing's
As he'll
working
look to
out.
follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
pretty good pitch and a great.
I'm not
take
sure
there.
if having
There's not a lot you can do with
HDR
that slider
enabled has
breaking
any
down
effect
unless you can catch
on
it way out front
the
and
frame
put it
rate or
down
any
the line.
effect on
You
really
see
any
a
of the visual
lot of
modes
swinging
besides
misses on those.
like
So he got him swinging. Anthony Rizzo.
just really the better colors. I did notice when I turn HDR mode off, the colors seem to be a lot brighter, which is what I thought HDR was supposed to do, but I'm not really sure how all that works, to be honest with you. So I've noticed when I wear the blue alternate jerseys with the Cubs, with HDR mode turned all the way on, they look a little washed out. So I don't know if it's the TV settings I need to adjust, or if maybe my HDR intensity is too high. Don't know how that would affect it, but we'll have to see what happens in the next week or two. I'm sure some people on the Show Nation forums will start talking about it and figuring out what to do.
Back to the mound and off his leg.
Anyways, see a little bit of choppiness, but it's nothing compared to the 4K mode, and it still plays better than what MLB 16, 15, and before that played like. Those are at best 30, 35 frames per second.
Again, Brad Miller. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Bounced weakly near the plate.
So for one more time, I'll go back to 4K mode for this last batter here. And you can see the difference pitching with 4K.
And he gets a
So it's
piece
pretty
here as
choppy
this ball's
throughout.
fouled
It
away.
is minor, but you're going to notice a difference when you switch.
Another
This
1-2
might not be the
delivery.
optimal playing
And
style
he
for you.
struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him. Ready for another chance? Colby Rasmus comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And there's a called strike at the knees as he was hoping for a base on balls there, but it's a full count now, 3-2. So he sets him down swinging. Colby Rasmus goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Check to swing there and pops this one up. And that's going to land foul. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is so.
Trying to see something on the replay here if I can show you guys something here. Go on the back of Arrieta. Okay, so this is 4K mode. If you get the right angle, you can literally see the stitching on the back of the uniform. I don't know how big of a difference you can tell on the YouTube stream. It gets compressed a little bit. But another big thing too is the facial here. You can notice a lot more detail than you normally could. Looks very nice. Jake Arrieta does not have the official face scan, but they did a much better job this year than they did previous years. Yep, but anyways, that is the three differences, or the three different visual modes and how they're different and how you enable them and disable them, things like that. But yeah, if you have a 4K TV with HDR enabled on it, definitely get a PS4 Pro. Unless if you have a regular PS4, then it might not be worth the upgrade. But it looks a lot better, it plays a lot better, and the frames per second make a big difference when you're trying to play online, things like that. But anyways, until we see you guys again and do another stream, which hopefully tomorrow night we're going to get to, I will talk to you guys later.